Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. From the title of the video, you know I will be talking about my move to Atlanta. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, I am from a small town called Kalamazoo, Michigan, and it is like, well, am I doing it the right way? It's like right here. It's the midway point between Chicago and Detroit. 2 hours from each city. But I asked you guys on Instagram if I should film my why I moved to Atlanta story because my 5th year anniversary is today. Yay! Sorry, it's like a milestone. Like, I'm geeked. So I listened to you guys and I said, okay, I am going to film my why did I move to Atlanta story. I hope this encourages someone. I hope this is possibly confirmation for someone who is thinking about moving to any city. I'm filming this for purposes of other people, not for myself, but for someone else to hear this story and maybe be inspired, or like I said, gain confirmation that this is what I should do. I should move. Like, okay, let's hop right into this story. And I just want to make a disclaimer. I feel like I'm normally vulnerable with you guys through my vlogs because I show you guys a lot of my personal life clearly. But this story is making me more transparent to you all. So I'm a little nervous to share this story, but also, again, I'm hoping this helps someone, anyone. This is the reason I decided to open myself up and to divulge this information to you all. So let's get started. So as I stated, I am from a small town in Michigan called Kalamazoo. Yes, this is really a city. I know it's like in songs and on TV shows as kind of like a joke, but this is actually a city. I was born and raised in Kalamazoo. I went to high school there, college, and post-college. I did not move to Atlanta until I was 26. That also tells my age, which I don't care. But yes, I moved to Atlanta when I was 26. So here we go. The story begins October 2012. I lost my boyfriend to suicide. And as you can imagine, that's just, death is a hard thing for anyone. But it's a different thing between when you love someone and when you're in love with someone and you lose them. It's completely different. Like, I've seen this happen to multiple people and I've seen them lose themselves in this situation, and I was determined to not lose myself, not to give in to worldly things or anything like that. So it just came to a point where I could no longer rest. I could not sleep. Eating was difficult. I lost a lot of weight. And it just, everything in the city reminded me of him. It could have been like, oh, we walked down the street, or oh, we went here to eat, or oh, something happened here. That's how intense it was. And so it was just like it was, and I'm internally screaming. Like, I'm internally just having my own issues, and to the outside world, they know I wasn't fine. Like, my friends and family know I wasn't fine, but in the same sense, they didn't know how to help. So I have a friend, you guys have seen her a lot on my channel. She noticed, you know, she kept in contact with me, and she noticed like nothing's, you know, I'm not doing well. I'm not doing well. So she said, hey, if you want to come move to Atlanta and stay with me for a couple months, you know, until you find a job and somewhere to live, that's completely fine. Like, my doors are open. You're welcome to come. Shout out to Pam. That's bae. She knows. So I was like, well, I've never been to Atlanta, so I don't know what's there, what to expect, anything like that. And so I was like, how about I come for a visit? So she was like, okay, cool. So I went to visit her February 16th 16th-ish, somewhere around that time frame. And so I went to visit her around middle of February, and when I tell y'all, my first night there, I slept so good. Like, it was just like I had caught up on so much sleep. It was just refreshing. I woke up refreshed. I didn't have, you know, super thick dark circles. I didn't have bags under my eyes. I just felt rested. And I was like, this is amazing. Like, oh my God, this is amazing. So that weekend, you know, she showed me around. We went to touristy spots. We ate a lot. Went to the club. You know, that's what Atlanta's known for, even though I was a club girl back then, but now I'm not. So it was cool when she showed me like all the cool, you know, all the clubs or whatever. And then she reminded me before I left, like, hey, if you want to move, let me know. And I said, okay, I'll let you know. So I went back home. I flew into Chicago. I flew into Chicago. And on my ride home from Chicago to Kalamazoo, I just listened to some inspirational music. I just wanted to clear my head to see if this is what I wanted. Like, I really had to just figure this out for myself. So within those 2 hours of driving from the airport to home, I said, I'm moving. That was it. I was sold. I was like, I can sleep. Nothing here reminds me of him. I don't have to cry every 5 minutes. Like, I was sold. So over the course of a couple days, I told my family, which was probably the hardest thing. I'm crying because, like, I love my family so much. But leaving my mom, my dad, my little brother was so difficult. I'm extremely close to them, and, you know, I lived with them. So seeing them every day, being a part of my brother's life. He had just started high school, and he's into sports. I was like, I'm going to miss so many games, school dances, stuff like that. And it just kind of, that was my dividing factor. Like, can I leave them? That was it. So then I decided, hey, you have a nice savings saved up. You can do this. Step out on faith and just do it. And when I say everything just aligned, that was my confirmation from God. Like, this is for you. This is a door I'm opening for you. Walk through it. And I did. I started packing up my room. I had decided I wasn't moving with any furniture. Like, I was going to be sleeping in a living room. So I was like, I don't need a bed. I don't need a mattress. So I started just packing up my clothes, donating stuff, giving away stuff to friends. So I gave my 2 weeks notice to my job. That was also a scary thing. Like, leaving stability was difficult, but I listened to my heart. I listened to God, and I said, I trust you. I trust you. I'm going to do it. So put in my 2 weeks notice. My last day, I believe, was like March 13th. It was a Wednesday because my mom, dad, brother, and best friend Jackie said they were going to come down with me. So I packed up my mom's car, my car, and that's all I took with me. Whatever could fit in those 2 cars is all I had. I had a bunch of clothes and a TV. Like, that was it. So yeah, we road tripped it down to Atlanta, and it happened to be St. Patrick's Day weekend. So me and my best friend wanted to, you know, get out and do some stuff, but I also wanted to show my family around because my mom hadn't been there in years and my brother and dad had never been there. So yeah, it was an emotional weekend for me. When they left, I just cried. Like, I'm crying now. I literally bawled. Like, oh my God, my family's gone. What now? Sorry I keep saying a lot, but that's how I'm catching my breath. So yeah, like, they left and I was just like, oh God, like, I really moved. Like, I'm really here. And My dad said my mom cried the whole 12 hours home, which isn't funny, but my mom does not cry. Like, my mom just does not cry. Like, if she cries, something's really wrong, or she's super, super hurt by something. Like, she does not cry. So, yeah, like, Pam gave me the key, and I was just like, oh my gosh. I hit the ground running, though. I contacted temp agencies to find work. I was like, I cannot just be out here doing nothing. Like, I was like, I am determined to find a job. I'm determined to find a place to live, all of those things. So hit the ground running, got a job within 2 weeks, and I had already had planned to go home for my cousin's graduation. Why I moved like right before graduation, I don't know, but I did. And so, like, I worked there for like a good 2 months maybe, and literally as I was sitting on the plane to go home for her graduation, I got a call like, you don't have to come back. I was just like, okay. Granted, the job wasn't the greatest, like, it was unfulfilling, so I was like, whatever. And so while I was home, I started looking for more work, contacted a friend who was a recruiter. She hooked me up with a position. So I came home, got this new job. I worked there for about 9 months or so. Yeah, something like that. 7, 8, 9 months, something around there. And then I had an incident happen with a coworker where he threw out a racial slur to me. Yeah, so that job ended. So I was unemployed for a good 6 months. And because I had a roommate, because I had a savings, I was fine. Like, I had, you know, all the bills weren't on me. I only had my half to pay. I still had food, you know, all those things. So I encourage everyone to save. Like, I'm a big saver. Well, I try to be, but right now I'm not. But I'm a big saver. So yeah, savings does help. So I depleted my savings, and literally when I had like my last few dollars, my best friend Jackie hooked me up with an interview at her job, and a position opened, and they hired me, and oh y'all, it was like saving grace. Like, whew, the struggle was real. Like, I was like, okay, what am I gonna do now? Like, I don't like inconveniencing my parents or asking them for anything. Like, I'm just that type of person. Like, I don't like to ask people for things. Like, I can handle it, I can do it. I will like worry myself to death before I ask. But yes, so that job came through, and it was like 4th of July weekend when I got the job, and everybody's like, oh, let's go out. And I'm like, I don't have any money. Like, whatever. But my best friend Blair was here, and I went out. Like, I just was like, okay, you know, money's coming. I'm okay. Money's coming. Just have a good time. Celebrate. Let's fast forward 3 years, and I'm here. I am still in Atlanta. I am employed. I am a master's student. I am a part-time YouTuber. I have just purchased my first property. Like, y'all don't understand. I'm trying not to cry. Whew. But this has been the most rewarding journey and the most like amazing thing that could have happened to me. Sorry, oh my god, I can't ruin my makeup. But this has been literally, this is my testimony. This is the only way I can say it. This is my true testimony of ups and downs, trials and tribulations, overcoming, finding peace, healing, all of that. Like, this is my story, and I'm glad I could share it with you guys. I hope this reaches someone going through anything similar, or trying to figure out their next steps, anything. Like, I don't know. I'm glad I asked the question, should I share this story? Because I haven't really talked about I mean, my family knows, but I haven't verbally said my story to anyone, like my moving story. So it's kind of therapeutic for me as well. Yeah, so I just want to say thank you guys for listening to my story. And sorry, I can't talk much because I'm really going to cry. So I'm just very, very humbled, very thankful, very just, I can't even put it into words, y'all. Like, yes. Like, that's all I can say is yes. Like, I am just forever thankful for this journey. It's my journey. It's my own. You know, no two people has the same story. They may be similar, but no two people has the same story. Your story is your own. But yeah, I just want to say thank you. Just thank you. Thank you to all the people who supported me. Thank you to all the people who helped me along the way. You know, it takes a village. It truly, truly takes a village, and I did not get here all by myself. That is for sure. So yes, I just want to say thank you for watching, and hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. If you want more story times, let me know. I have tons of crazy stories, so if you want more story times or have suggestions for story times, let me know. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button next to that so you are notified when all my videos are posted, and I will see y'all on the next one.